Very good morning, students. Let's begin with chapter number 12, India Gains Independence. During the period of Second World War, Indian freedom struggle had become more extensive. The demand for independence of India was gaining its strength. The British rulers realized that it was necessary to take a serious note of it, and accordingly, the British government started preparing various plans for granting independence to India. The Indian National Congress was founded on the principle of secularism. People of caste and religion had taken part in the national struggle. To weaken this movement, the British adopted the policy of divide and rule. Its consequence was the establishment of Muslim League. In 1930, Dr. Muhammad Iqbal, a well-known poet, put forth the thought of an independent Muslim state. Later, Chaudhary Rahmat Ali put up the idea of Pakistan. Barrister Muhammad Ali Jinnah put forth the two-nation theory and demanded a separate Muslim nation named Pakistan. Indian National Congress was only a Hindu organization. The Muslims have no benefit of it. And such kind of propaganda was started by Barrister Jinnah and the Muslim League. So this is all about the brief introduction of India Gains Independence. Let's discuss about the Wavell Plan. In June 1945, Lord Wavell, the Viceroy of India, drew up a plan, and there were different provisions in this plan. Accordingly, some of its provisions were that in central and provincial legislature of Muslims, Dalits and minorities, which should be given proper representation, and there will be equal number of Hindu and Muslim members in Viceroy's Executive Council. A meeting of all major political parties in India was organized at Simla to consider the Wavell Plan. Barrister Jinnah insisted that only the Muslim League should have the right to suggest the names of Muslim representatives to the Viceroy's Executive Council. But the Congress opposed it, and therefore the Wavell Plan could not be successful. Cabinet Mission. After the end of the Second World War, the British rulers were in favor of granting freedom to India. In the Parliament, British Prime Minister Attlee clarified that British policy regarding India, and according to it, the right of Indian people to draft their own constitution was recognized. It was also made clear that the issue of minorities will not come in the way of India's independence. And in March 1946, a delegation of British ministers, namely the Lawrence, Stafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander, put forth England's plan regarding India in front of the Indian leaders, and this is called Cabinet Mission. Some of the provisions in this plan were not acceptable to the Congress. Similarly, there was no provisions of independent state for the Muslims. So the Muslim League was unsatisfied, and therefore Cabinet Mission was not fully accepted. Very good morning, students. In our previous video, we discussed about Wavell Plan and Cabinet Mission. Let's discuss about the Direct Action Day and establishment of interim government. Direct Action Day. Since the demand for Pakistan was not being fulfilled, the Muslim League decided for direct action. Accordingly, 16th August 1946 was declared to be observed as Direct Action Day by the Muslim League. The followers of Muslim League resorted to violent ways and there were Hindu-Muslim riots in various parts of the country. There were the massacres in the Noakhali region in the province of Bengal. To stop this violence, Gandhiji went there without giving any thought to his own life. He tried his best to establish peace there. Establishment of interim government. While the blaze of violence had arisen in the country, Viceroy Wavell established the interim government. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the head of this government. Here, the Muslim League initially denied to participate in the interim government but later participated in it. But since the leaders of Muslim League adopted the policy of obstruction, hence the interim government could not work smoothly. Very good morning students. In our previous video, we discussed about Direct Action Day and establishment of interim government. In this video, we are going to discuss about Mountbatten Plan, Indian Independence Act and how India gains independence. Let's discuss about the Mountbatten Plan. England's Prime Minister Attlee had announced that England would leave its dominion on India before June 1948. On the background of transfer of power in India, Lord Mountbatten was appointed as Viceroy of India. Mountbatten held discussions with prominent leaders of India. Thereafter, he prepared a plan of creation of India and Pakistan as two independent nations. Indian National Congress opposed the plan of partition. Unity of the nation was the basic stand of the Indian National Congress, but the Muslim League remained adamant on the creation of Pakistan. The National Congress was left with no option but to accept the decision of partition with complete helplessness. Indian Independence Act. On 18th July 1947, on the basis of Mountbatten Plan, the Indian Independence Act was passed in British Parliament. On 15th August 1947, the two independent nations, India and Pakistan, will come into existence. Thereafter, the British Parliament will not have any control over them. The British supremacy over the princely states will also come to an end. The Act provided them the right to either join India or Pakistan or remain independent. India gains independence. As per the Indian Independence Act, India was granted independence on 15th of August 1947. A meeting of the Constituent Assembly was going on in the Hall of Parliament House in Delhi in the midnight of 14th August 1947. At the stroke of midnight hour, the India's dependence came to an end. The Union Jack of Britain was lowered and in its place the Indian tricolor flag was unfurled. India attained independence from the 150 years of slavery. The joy of attainment of freedom was not united. Indian people were grieved due to the partition of the country and the terrible violence during that period. Instead of joining the celebration of the independence, Gandhiji was striving hard in Bengal. Within 6 months of attainment of freedom of India, Gandhiji was brutally assassinated by Nathuram Godse on 13 January 1948. Gandhiji strove day and night to preserve Hindu-Muslim unity and laid down his life for the same. Thank you.